For this calculation, I'm going to subtract 22,358 from 46,001. Now when we start dealing with larger numbers, we don't have base 10 blocks available to model this, so we start using place value counters instead. In real life, the counters have the actual digits of the number written on them, but for the pictorial method we're going to use an O for ones, T for tens, H for hundreds, TH for thousands, and TTH for 10,000s. You can see I've started by putting out the counters for the top number here. So I've got an O for 1 1, I've got 0 tens, 0 hundreds, 6 thousands, and 4 10,000s. Now the number we subtract we always write in digits, because there's a danger if we put the actual counters out, there's a danger that you can mistakenly add those counters together rather than subtract them, which is what we're trying to achieve. So I'm going to start with the column furthest to the right, and I'm going to take 8 away from 1, which I can't do. So I'm going to need to look at the next column, which has nothing in it. So we look at the next, which again has nothing in it, and finally we get to the thousands column, which has 6 thousands in, so I can take one of those and exchange it. So I'm going to take this 1,000 and I'm going to exchange it for 10 hundreds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, once I've got those 10 hundreds, I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to take one of those hundreds and I'm going to exchange it for 10 tens. So I've got 1 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've now got 10 tens, and we're going to do the same again. I'm going to take one of those tens and I'm going to exchange it for 10 ones. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which leaves me with 11 ones. So now that I've done that, I have enough ones available to subtract 8 from it. So I'm going to cross out 8 ones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones, which leaves me with 3 ones left. So I'm going to put 3 in my ones column. Now I'm going to move on to the tens column, and thanks to all that exchanging we now have enough tens available in the tens column to be able to take away 5. So I'm going to start crossing out tens. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tens, and I'm going to subtract 5 from that 9. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which leaves me with 4 tens. I now move on to my hundreds column. I have 9 hundreds, and I'm going to take away 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. That leaves me with 6 hundreds. And now onto my thousands column. I've got 5 thousands, and I'm going to take 2 thousands away from those 5 thousands. 1, 2. That leaves me with 3 thousands. And finally onto my 10,000s column, I've got 4 10,000s, and I'm going to subtract 2 10,000s. That's 1, 2, leaving me with 2 10,000s, or 20,000, and an answer of 23,643. Now this is what that would look like in the abstract method. Again, I start on the column furthest to the right. I can't take 8 away from 1, so I'm going to have to go to the next largest column. There's 0 there, so I can't take any from that column. Again, 0 in the next column, but I can take 1 from thousands column. So I'm going to take one of those thousands, which leaves me with 5 thousands left in this column, and I'm going to exchange it for 10 hundreds. Putting the 1 there represents 10, so I've now got 10 hundreds. I'm going to take one of those hundreds, leaving me with 9 hundreds, and I'm going to exchange it for 10 tens, and finally I'm going to take one of those tens, leaving me with 9 tens, and I'm going to exchange it for 10 ones. I now have 11 ones in the ones column, so I can subtract 8 from 11, and the answer to that is 3. I can now subtract 5 from 9, which is 4. I can now subtract 3 from 9, which is 6. And I can subtract 2 from 5, which is 3. And I can subtract 2 from 4, which is 2. Again, leaving me with an answer of 23,643.